Hey Trojans, welcome back to another fitness discussion. My name is Tommy. I work as a fitness specialist with Rec Sports, and today we are joined here by four of our trainers. And we're just going to go around and introduce ourselves. Um, Jonathan?
Hello, my name is Jonathan. I'm a personal trainer and a group fitness trainer, as well as an F45 instructor. And I'm a senior at USC studying applied physio.
What's your favorite exercise?
Bulgarian split squats, favorite exercise, or rear foot elevated split squat, both the same thing.
Nice. We have someone next.
I'm Nick. I am a personal trainer here, and I am a first year graduate student studying nutrition. And I think my favorite exercise would probably be planks. I think that just plank variations, I find just like, you know, you can do so many things with them.
Totally can. Cool. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Teeman. I'm also a personal trainer, and this is my first year, so I'm excited to be part of the team. I'm currently a sophomore studying business administration with a minor in applied analytics. And for favorite exercise, I'm gonna cheat a little bit, but I'm gonna say like the three big compound lifts, so bench, squat, and deadlift.
Nice. You see it? Jonathan smiling there. Nice. Adrian, last one.
Hi, my name is Adrian. I'm a senior studying civil and environmental engineering, and I'm a personal trainer at USC. And I think my favorite exercise would have to be hip thrusts.
Nice. Uh-oh, I forgot to say my favorite exercise. I needed actually time to think of my favorite exercise. Just kidding. I'm gonna be boring and basic. I like deadlifts, barbell deadlifts, dumbbell deadlifts, kettlebell deadlifts, variations of deadlifts. I like deadlifts. So thank you guys. So we're gonna start out with our first topic, and topic number one is injury prevention. So I'll start us off here with that. So when I think about injury prevention and exercise and fitness, I immediately think about warming up and cooling down. There's been so many times I've I've worked out and I haven't properly warmed up, or I haven't warmed up, and then midway through a leg workout, I strain a hamstring or something like that. Or if I go through my workout and I don't cool down at the end, I don't stretch at the end of my workouts, I'll feel it the next day. And if I'm like walking to the parking lot to my car, I just did a leg workout, I didn't stretch, I'm short on time. I kid you not, within like a minute of walking to my car, I might strain a hamstring or like a calf muscle or something like that. So I'm all about warming warming up and cooling down, as should everyone. That's what we try to do as fitness professionals, is give the best information, the best advice, because we want to make sure, as personal trainers too, people that we work with, um, know we want to make sure that everyone is injury free. We want to make sure that us ourselves we're injury free. um and when you hurt yourself, when you injure yourself, you limit yourself. And for example, if you're training for something and you're doing power lifts, hurt yourself with one of the power lifts in your training, then you'll be out. Well, I mean, depending on how severe your injury is, you'll be out for a period of time, and that kind of just takes away from all the hard work and all the training that you were doing for your competition, if you're training for a competition. And the same goes definitely 100% for athletes too, for football players, baseball, literally football players, basketball. Let's say basketball and baseball. Literally any single sport you play, warming up is crucial. Cooling down is crucial. And one last thing, when I say warming up, no matter what activity I'm doing, my warm ups always going to be dynamic stretches. So taking movements through, taking your body through full range of motion movements. So for example, some leg swings forward and backwards, shoulder rolls, neck rolls. I make sure I get all those dynamic stretches in first, and at the end I take it to our static stretches. So static stretches, holding a stretch, say I'm stretching my shoulders out, holding for like 10 20 seconds, overhead triceps. So start with dynamic, end with the static. That's me. Jonathan.
For me, I'd probably say just any type of unilateral training. Unilateral just meaning like you're focusing on one side of your body at a time. It's just good for like balance and just making sure both sides are like even. So I feel single leg exercise like a lunge variation or whatnot, or just using dumbbells instead of a barbell for like any upper body training, just to make sure both sides are even. And then it also helps build that stability throughout just the joint, just because you can't just press it. Then you need to be able to like balance it without having it fall or leaning to one side too much. So I would just say unilateral training is a good way for injury prevention, just because we live our life one step at a time. So you got to train for each one of those steps. You can't train both steps at the same time always.
Beautiful.
Pass it on to Nick.
I think one of my biggest things is like just trying to listen to your body, and which can be hard sometimes when like mentally you want to like go all out as hard as you can like every time you work out. That's always my problem, I think, as a runner. Like in your head you're like, I know what pace I can go, so I want to go that pace for like 5 or 6 miles, where like, if your body feels tired, it's good to take a really like easier day and like run like, let's say like 2 minutes slower pace per mile. And so I think it's just like, if your body feels tired, like you can definitely work out, but it's just like maybe go lighter, do lighter exercises. Don't don't hurt yourself. Like it'll hurt yourself in the long run eventually. That's coming from someone who's gotten many injuries as a runner. So
Awesome. Thank you. Timon?
Yeah, so kind of building off what Tommy said, I think like one of the most crucial parts of injury prevention is definitely warming up properly. What I kind of do before any of my workouts is like first get my heart rate up to get the blood flowing, and then I'll do some foam rolling. I'm sure you guys have seen that, like those stick rollers. You get it for like $10-15. It's like a great investment. So roll out for a bit, and then I end with dynamic stretching. And kind of like Nick said, with listening to your body, I think sleep is also really important. Like if you're super sleep deprived and you're like go to the gym, try to deadlift 400 pounds, like things could go wrong. Like if you're not fully focused there. So I'd say sleep is also really important.
Thank you. That's a great point. I wasn't even thinking of that. Awesome. Thank you. Adrian?
I also agree that warming up is super important. I usually do like a generic kind of warm up. Usually nowadays that's just riding my bike to like wherever I'm going to go to work out. And then I do a specific warm up for whatever muscle group I'm going to do that day. Like if I'm doing like lower body day, then I'll do lower body exercises with a lighter weight just to warm up those muscles specifically, so I don't go straight into the heavier weights. I think that really helps in preventing injury. Also, I think it's definitely very important, but it's more important to have good form instead of like upping the weight or like doing a more difficult variation of an exercise before you have the good form, because if your form is wrong, then that could hurt you in the short term, but in the long run that could also be very bad.
Thank you. I'm just going to piggyback off Adrian. So she taught form, posture. That is so important, especially for exercises like barbell back squats, dumbbell rows. I always stick to the same cues: back straight, feet shoulder width apart, and chest up. That's squats. So chest up, straight back, and feet shoulder width apart. That's usually my squat cues. I tell clients, people in classes, stuff like that. So yeah, form, posture, that was great. Awesome. Anyone else? Any last things? Want to move next topic? All right, cool. So for our second topic, fitness and time management. So we're all busy. I'm busy working. You guys are students busy with school. It's hard when you're working full time if you're a full time student, or if you're working full time and you are a full time student. It's hard to manage your time to try to fit your workouts and fit your fitness. And so something with me that helps at the start of every single month. I game plan which days I'm going to work out and which days I'm going to rest. I make sure that I like to use this word structure. Always make sure that I have everything that I do fitness wise is structured. I have a set plan, and I have my routine. And once you start off with start your routine off, get it going, like midway through, like that's your structure, that's your routine, like you're ready to rock, you're ready to continue to train and to continue to keep training harder, because you have that structure and you have that routine. So once you get into that groove, um with me, there's honestly nothing stopping me. I'm gonna stick to my routine, stick to my pattern, and everything has been working out with that. Every single time I plan um, like a new 1 month workout plan or something like that, I really make sure that I hit the first week. That first week is really important to me personally, because that's the time that I use to get into my groove and to be able to get into my routine. So that's where I'm at with time management and fitness. Jonathan?
So I'm gonna actually go time management kind of during exercise. I've actually just started doing it, but like I enjoy it, and it's like it's a very easy way to get like through the workout faster. It's like EMOMs, which are every minute on the minute. So I just use different variations of those. So like usually ends up being like every 2 minutes on the minute for any of my like strength exercises I do. So like rather than just squat and then like sit back and like wait till I feel recovered, I kind of go every 2 minutes on the minute, starting at 0, 5 back squats. The quicker you squeeze them out, the more time you have to rest. Then as soon as it hits the next 2 minute marker, you go again. So I find that it's just a very effective and easy way to get 5 sets out in 10 minutes or 6 sets out in 12 minutes. It's just very like being time effective that way, and like planning like how you're going to hit all your reps rather than just going for a specific set number and not really planning out how much time in between you're going to be resting. Because I find a lot of the times, especially for like power lifters, most of their workout is spent sitting and resting rather than actually lifting the weights.
Cool. Thank you, Jonathan. Nick?
I think one of the most helpful things for me is like just kind of like remembering that like any movement is kind of better than no movement. So on days where I feel like I'm very rushed, or I know I'll be very rushed, I like the night before I'll set my alarm maybe like 20, 30 minutes earlier than I would normally wake up. Um, and just like commit myself to whether it's like walking my dog like extra long, or like just going on a run like 2 miles, like even like 1 mile. I've done that before, but it just like it gives you that, like what Tommy said, that sense of structure, and it just like really helps you like keep that day going in like a positive way. You feel accomplished and you keep that like productive energy going. So I think just like kind of like planning a little, you don't even have to plan that far ahead, just like the night before, and just being like 20 minutes. I'm just, that way I have like 5 minutes to get up, and then I do something 15 minutes, bam, like that's it. So I think, yeah, that's my take on that.
Love it. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think structure is definitely really important for me, like fitting my workouts into my schedule. So I found it's really helpful to like, if you have a certain time of day when you have some free time and you just like work out. So for me right now, it's usually after my last class at 4, I'll go to the gym. So just having that consistent like time of the day where I'm able to work out during the week at least is really helpful to me. And I've actually found that not only is it better for time management, I also feel kind of like more prepared. Like my body's used to like it's like ready to go at that time of day now because it's so used to like working out during that time.
Cool. Thank you.
I think it's also important to have a plan for like the long term. I have like kind of a generic plan of like I want to work out 5 days a week, but because of my class schedule and work and everything, I don't really have like I can't really work out at the same time every day, every week. So every Sunday, I'll usually plan out my week um, just on Sunday night, and then I'll actually write out like every hour what I'm going to do for the next week, and then I'll figure out where I can fit in time to work out within that based around like my classes and my homework and my exams and everything like that.
Cool. Thank you. That was awesome. I loved how we have 5 different like perspectives on like fitness and time management. That was awesome. I love it. Cool. So for the third topic, outdoor fitness. This one is pretty interesting. So outdoor fitness to me, that's pretty much what I've been doing the last 7 months. Outdoor fitness. Before gyms reopened here in Orange County. But I with outdoor fitness, especially once we all started quarantining, gyms were closed, um, parks were closed, just everything was closed. Um, all we had was we had obviously our apartments, our houses, our garages to work out. Then we also had the outdoors. Um, and the thing with me is, I could have chose to work out at home, but the thing with me is when I'm about to work out, I need to feel like I'm like getting ready to go to the gym. Like when you're at home, um, like you're at home, it's your home. Like it's kind of, I don't know, just with me, it's hard to really focus and stick to what I'm planning on doing, because like I'm at home and you can easily get distracted. So there's a park there's like a field with some stairs near my house, um, that I still do go to, actually. But back when quarantine first started, back in like March, that's literally all I had. My house, in my garage. But like I was just saying, that's a no go for me for working out. So I would just go to this field where they have these ginormous stairs. It's cool. It's called Hillcrest Park, in Lionsfield. That's over in Fullerton, Orange County. But I was going there, and also for I think it was like the entire month of April. I got really into running, because one of my goals was I was looking to cut some more body fat. So I really upped the cardio for the month of April, and just being outdoors. And I'm all about scenery too. So running on like cool trails, stuff with the view, stuff with scenery, as opposed to just being at home in like your garage and staring at the same thing you've been staring at for the last like 10 plus years, like me, because I've been living in the same place. So just the whole change of scenery. And I think that also helps with your mental health too. Just being outdoors, getting some fresh air. Um, yeah. So, Jonathan?
I'm a big fan of when working out outside, I usually like specifically plan or find locations that are like challenging. So usually just any type of incline location for hill sprints, any type of large staircases like Tommy alluded to. There's a couple good ones, not kind of close by USC. There's Baldwin Hills Scenic Overlook, which is like just a train ride away from USC, which is, whew, I think that's like 300 steps. They're uneven and it goes really high. And then there's also the Santa Monica stairs that I also enjoy doing. That also has a little hill around it to run. So I just like any type of incline type of environment to just like kind of do like short sprints up, or even just longer endurance like pacing runs up. And then it just makes running on the treadmill so much easier when you get back into the gym. So like that's kind of the benefit of being able to go running outside, is that the terrain is constantly changing. So it's very unlike a treadmill, to where it's like you'll go up the hill, sometimes you'll go down a hill. You control the pacing. There's no like monitors in front of you. So it's a lot more freeing and nicer. So, and it just gets you like way more primed, or in a sense, it makes the treadmill seem almost like super easy if you go back into the gym and start running on a treadmill compared to the great outdoors.
Totally agree. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I agree with Tommy. And like scenery is so important. So whenever I like to work out like outside, I try to just where it like go to an environment where it's either like just got like a nice atmosphere. So I'll go to a park that's just not gross, or like I love working out on the beach. I grew up on the beach, so like I've always grown up doing that. And there's something about like what the sand makes it harder anyways, makes everything way harder. But then like the water and like you hear the waves, it's just like such a nice atmosphere. It like motivates you in like a weird like idyllic way. So yeah, that's my thing on outdoor fitness.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, exercising outdoors definitely has a different vibe than the gym. I enjoy it for the most part, but I thought it was funny as Nick was talking. I had like flashbacks to my high school conditioning, where we had some of like the worst workouts outdoors, like kids were throwing up and everything. So I mean, it could be bad sometimes, but
Yeah,
yeah,
we've all did that.
Football hell
yeah.
weeks. No.
Um, but yeah, when I work out outdoors, like during the start when we started quarantining, I did a lot of calisthenics work. So I try to find like bars or just like anywhere where I could do pull-ups, a lot of like push-up variations. And then like everyone else said, I went on some runs too, which is always nice. Um, but yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
I've been working out sometimes on the Village Great Lawn. I'm still by USC, so I have that option. And I actually really like working out there because there's a lot of other people working out there as well. So it's kind of like nice to not be alone when you're working out, because when I'm just working out in my apartment, it gets kind of lonely and I kind of just lose motivation and I distract myself with everything else around me. But being somewhere outside where there's other people working out is actually very motivating, I find.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not sure if it's open or not, or if it's blocked off, but I know on campus at USC by McCarthy Quad, they have like that outdoor gym set up with the bars and everything. I know it was open a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure if it's still open, but I know that a lot of other parks usually have things like that too, and that can be a really great resource to use as well.
Cool. Thank you. Adrian, I like how you talk, like you brought up the point about like other people out there working out too. Because you said that, I was thinking like, oh, that kind of you kind of have like that gym vibe still, kind of. Uh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's what I like initially started thinking.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's really nice actually.
yes, because the park that I worked out at and still do work out at on my cardio days. There's other people there too, and I kind of have that like gym feel. Um, so that's cool. Awesome. Thank you guys. So last topic here. This is a cool one. Apps for fitness tracking. So Apple Watches, iPhones, any other type of smartphones, apps, fitness, Fitbits included. So I'll start off. So apps for fitness tracking. First, the first app that comes to mind, the app is called Zones. Zones, zones, like heart rate zones. So Apple Watch, great app. And honestly, if it wasn't for that app with my Apple Watch, I probably wouldn't have been as heavy into running as I was back in April. But I like to use this app zones kind of as a challenge, because when I wear it and I do my run, the cool thing about this app Zones is it tracks your heart rates. I mean, like your heart rate zones. So you got your orange, yellow, red, green, and blue. So at the end of my run, or any other activity I'm doing, if I'm doing stairs or whatever, I just hit end, and then it gives me a breakdown of how much time I spent in each heart rate zone. So I'd obviously I'd save that workout for that day, and then the next week when I want to go on another run, I'll take a look at my last my numbers from my last run, and I'll see, oh, I was training in the orange zone for 15 minutes. I want to get it up to 20 minutes. So it's kind of just a back and forth challenge, like me versus Apple, my Apple Watch. And it honestly just made me push me harder and challenge myself even more. And it's crazy now. I just recently went on a run this past weekend, and then saved the info. I hadn't gone to like a run, and man, it was so when I was doing my running back in April, going back to time management and scheduling and stuff, I had like a set day for when I would go running, and I would go and like give it all on those days. This past weekend I had one of those give it all running days that I hadn't had since April, and I was like comparing my numbers back from some of my best runs and data from April to this past weekend, and it's crazy to see how much I've improved, how much longer I was spending time in the red heart rate zone, in the orange heart rate zone. So little apps like that really play a huge part and really help a lot. Have really helped me a lot. So, Jonathan.
I'm a big fan of recently I got into a lot more of a stretching style app. So it's like the one I've been using is Romwood, ROMWOD, and it's just a nice way to keep me like reminded to cool down after I work out and to stretch out after I work out, just because it's like there's always a daily like stretch. And it's just been like very important for me to just increase my mobility and flexibility, just because it's like those extra inches of range of motion just help your muscles grow that much more, because you could actually move the weight a further distance and get just a better like stretch on your muscles when working out if you can increase your mobility. So it's just a good way for me to cool down and also just to improve my like movement abilities and capabilities.
Cool, thank you, Jonathan. It's called Romword, ROMWORD.
Romwod. So ROMWOD.
Oh, okay. Oh, I had an R in there. Cool. That sounds pretty awesome. Cool. Thank you. All right, Nick.
Yeah, actually, Tommy told me about the Zones app, and now that's become my favorite.
You've been using it?
Yeah, so
Isn't it awesome?
yeah, I love just like looking at the little zones and like,
Yeah, baby.
yeah,
Nice.
I'm like, I use it all the time whenever yeah. So
Isn't it awesome how you can see how long you're in each zone?
yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's a good app. Big fan. So I have not much more to say.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Awesome. Cool. That's awesome. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, so for me, it's not technically, or it's not a workout app, but what I use all the time when I go to the gym is just the Google Docs app. So basically, I'll have my like workout for the day, and I'll record all my numbers and like reps and sets that I do, so that over time I can kind of like track my progress. And I found that that's been really helpful to kind of just see like what works for me and what doesn't.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
This also isn't exactly a workout app, but I use MyFitnessPal a lot for calorie tracking and macro tracking, because your nutrition and eating for the goals that you have is very important. And if you're not doing that, then it can really hold you back. And I'm just not good at like intuitively knowing how much I should eat of what. So that's been very helpful for me.
Awesome. Thank you. You guys, if you guys want to get into running, the app Zones, 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 clutch, right, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for taking time to talk fitness. This was awesome. And thank you, Trojans, for tuning in. If you want some more information on some of our programs, you can go to recsports.usc.edu, find more information on some of our fitness programs. We just launched one of our newest programs, virtual personal training. So you can go ahead and find some more information on that on the website under personal training. And then also we have our fitness YouTube channel, USC Trojan Fitness on YouTube. We have 50 plus fitness related videos on there, little mini classes, stretch break videos, more discussions, a lot of great content on there. So check that out. And also follow USC Trojan Fitness on Instagram. So once again, thank you, Trojans, for tuning in. And remember, stay safe and fight on.